Hey there, YouTube. I'm finally back on a shooting range, and boy, I have some guns to show you today. So, I've done a little bit of shooting. Well, to be honest, I've done a fair bit of shooting today. Finally shooting some Atlas pistols. These particular examples are a little bit older. They're not my pistols. It's not the one that I've ordered. It's a little bit different in configuration, but I'll show them to you. Anyway, first, I've got the Nix. This is the shortest one I've got on offer here. And all of them are very similar, you're going to notice. As well, the Athena right here. Shot it both with and without the flashlight. As you might expect, the flashlight does flashlight things. It dulls down the recoil a little bit, but makes the gun a little bit more cumbersome. And then the one that I've got on order for myself, the Titan, right here. Now, I've shot Atlas pistols before. I've come through class all the time. Very, very popular choice for competitive shooters. I haven't gotten to like really train with one and change the springs and fuck around with it properly. So today was the first day that I did that. Now, first thing I did was shoot all three of the pistols side by side and do a little bit of a comparison. Started with the Nix. It shoots really well. I would say better than a Staccato P. I shot it side by side with one. Well, this isn't the P, this is the XC that I've got. So we have plenty of Staccato pistols on here, on hand, and I've got a lot of experience with those myself at this point. So shooting it right away, it's like, the shoot's a little bit nicer than the P. What do I mean nicer? It's like the recoil impulse I like better. It felt faster and softer. So for competitive shooting purposes, of course, I like this a little bit better. Moving up to the slightly larger gun, this is the one that most people say to buy, the Athena. I would say this was much softer than the Nix, and it would be like getting to where it's like, yeah, this is the one I'd pick, for competitive shooting. Like this one shoots really, really nice. And I also shot the Titan. Again, this is the one that I have on order. Initially shooting it, it didn't feel much different to the Athena. After changing the spring setup on it, I ended up liking it better. It feels, again, both fast and soft. What do I mean soft? Shooting at, let's say, 20 yards, it doesn't seem like the red dot wants to leave the A zone. Like if I'm doing my job, like it's not jumping around that much, and it's just right back. Now, yeah, so it was nice to shoot of them all, and then I ended up training most of the day with the Titan. Now, how did the training go? Well, after a long break from shooting, I thought it was a couple of weeks, but it's longer than that because I did my last course late January, right before SHOT Show. And then the last time I fired a gun, as I think back, I fired the Staccato HD at SHOT at the show. That was the last time I shot a gun. Then I had a week off where I was stateside. I went to Japan for a couple weeks, transited through Germany. Now I'm back in the Middle East. It's been weeks since I've really shot. Why is this important? Well, the best scores I've ever shot in my life have been with an XC. Like any gun, any gun put up against the XC, I've done my best work in terms of best scores on drills with the XC. Is it my best? It's marginal, right? But my best scores have been with an XC. Now, after coming off a long break, I shot my best scores today with a Titan. Like the best scores I've shot, hands down. To the point where it was like, after so long doing shooting, it was just like I would, do a drill or whatever, then look at the timer, and be like what the fuck, like wow, that was a really nice. It would usually be a couple tenths of a second faster than it felt. Like if I'm doing a build drill, like not trying to go really fast, just do a build drill, draw, shoot 7 yards, that whole thing. It felt like about a 180. Then I look at the timer, it's like, 162. And I was like, I wasn't really banging on it. I wasn't really pushing. I was just, just shooting a little bit. So I have to get that out there up front. I've been shooting the best scores that I've shot with the Titan. Now, my impressions of the gun in terms of the quality, again, they're all very, very similar here in terms of we're just talking about fractions of an inch here, guys. They're not a ton different. And all of the three that I have here are all set up the same. First, the safety. Like, I like this safety much, much better compared to the staccato safety. The staccato safety, I just have to be a little bit more conscious of it, just to make sure that I disengage it. This one, no such issues. The trigger is light and crisp, so I can feel what's going on with it, and it's not in the way of anything. The trigger is a little bit better than the staccato stuff, I would say. That's not a huge shock. I mean, I would expect it to be. In terms of the quality of the build, like, it seems really nice. Everything's fit together. Like, I can't find a fault with it just looking at it. And for the three pistols we've got here, I couldn't find anything wrong with them in playing around with them. Like, everything's fit, beautifully fit together. It looks very, very nice. Yeah, I mean, very happy with the gun so far, and I'm kind of pumped to get mine. Now, any downsides to the gun? Yeah, so these grips, now again, you can pick your grip. So this wasn't a choice I made, but this grip, to me, it's like it's too much. After a day, like, my hands are red because it's like these grips are a lot. I mean, I do for like all day shooting and handling the gun. The plastic grip I like. It's very, very pleasant. The way that this one's checkered, I guess this is too much. I would want one that's just less aggressive. But aside from that, it's like, okay, like that I would change, but everything else seemed to be good, with one exception. Now, this doesn't have a grip safety, so you get your hand up a little bit higher. And just the way that my hand is built and interacting with the safety on here, I have to have this athletic tape here, or it's like, it's going to hurt my hand. Like, it's going to, just because, like, it digs in just a little bit right there. So I have to wear the tape, otherwise I'm going to have a problem. The pistols, they're accurate, they're reliable, they do everything they're supposed to do. Now, is any of this a surprise? Well, no. I imagine if you're buying one of these, like, that's kind of what you're expecting, that it should be fitted together properly, everything should work, the trigger should be sick, all of that stuff. And it does seem to deliver on all of that. So as a first impression, overwhelmingly positive today. Absolutely. And from a performance standpoint, like, again, it's like, in terms of raw performance numbers, I'm putting down the best numbers I've ever put down with no training, and truthfully, I'm not really like trying that hard. I'm just trying to shoot the gun. So what's to come? I'm going to be shooting these a lot more over the next few days. I've got other stuff I'm going to be shooting, and I'm excited to get my own Titan. Can't wait for it when I get home. My Staccato HD has shipped. That's good, so I'll have that when I get home as well. So first impressions of the Atlas, the guns appear to be impeccable. Like, it's everything it's meant to be, and I couldn't ask for a lot more. Now, the real question though with a gun like this is, how's it going to hold up? What's the experience like over time? All of that sort of stuff, and that is, I've yet to see. But first impressions, it couldn't really be better, could it?